Hello and welcome to my review of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, starring Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. Just a quick disclaimer, I know I'm talking quietly in this video, it's because it's pretty late at night, parents are trying to sleep, so if I'm not loud enough, just crank up the speakers. To put it very simply, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo centers on two characters trying to solve a murder. The first is Mikhail Blomkvist, played by Daniel Craig, a recently humiliated journalist for our financial magazine, and Lisbeth Slander, played by Rooney Mara, who's a metal-faced investigative reporter prodigy who is called upon to be his research assistant to investigate the disappearance of a member of a wealthy family that occurred in the 1960s. I knew this was going to be one of the movies this year that was going to be pretty tough to beat. Not only did it have the impeccable David Fincher at the helm, but the cast seemed perfect, and I really was excited to see David Fincher tackle yet another murder mystery with characters that are so new and creative and interesting. And I have to say, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo lived up to my expectations 100%. This is a beautiful piece of gothic fiction. The thing that elevates The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo above a lot of these movies is mainly the performance of Rooney Mara as the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Now, this is an actress who I've not really been impressed with in the past. She was in The Social Network briefly and gave a god-awful performance in the remake of The Nightmare on Elm Street. However, in this film, she transcends that image entirely. This is the best performance by an actress this year. And the reason I say that is because this isn't a typical Meryl Streep-esque, oh, I do an accent and wear a wig, and therefore I win Best Actress. No, this was a real person being brought out on screen. This was an actress who totally just embodied this character. This character is a really demanding character to play, both physically and emotionally, and Mara absolutely kicks it out of the park. The overarching sense you get of this character is just incredible. She's just a person who's had incredible wrong done upon her in her life, especially in one horrific rape scene, which I'm not going to get into, but it was very emotionally hard to watch. But she's a person who's had such wrong done to her in her lifetime that she vents this evil that's been done upon her by trying to investigate the evil of others, and just the little tiny things, like the way she doesn't make eye contact with people, or just the way she speaks to people, and just the little tiny mannerisms. This is an incredibly meticulous performance, and it without a doubt makes the movie, and I can't wait to see what Mara does next. Also, the rest of the cast, which includes Daniel Craig, Christopher Plummer, and Stellan Skarsgård, all do great work here. The story is absolutely fantastic as well. It reminds me of two of David Fincher's previous films. It has the religious and moral overtones of Seven and the meticulous, intertwined convolutedness of Zodiac, combined together to create a package that eclipses both of them, in my opinion. David Fincher as director, once again, absolutely knocks it out of the friggin' park. This guy is an incredible talent. Not only is his pacing perfect in every single one of his films, including this one, but he just has this certain meticulousness about his storytelling. You can't say this movie is confusing, because if you pay attention, all the clues you need are there, right in front of you. Because David Fincher films and choreographs everything in a way to where if you really pay attention, it's impossible to miss anything. And he works so well with his actors and so well with his story, and his cinematography is so beautiful. David Fincher, once again, this is one of David Fincher's best films. Overall, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is not only an incredible murder mystery and yet another awesome David Fincher film, but it showcases an amazing new talent in Rooney Mara, and it's a movie that, for once, a mainstream film that gives you a true adult story. This movie is not for the faint of heart. It shows you everything it wants to show you in excruciating detail, so don't go in if you're easily squeamish. But I gotta tell you, the more I think about it, this movie, the more I love it. This is one of the absolute best movies of the year, and I'm gonna give it a flawless 4 stars out of 4. The only real issue I have with it is that towards the end, It drags a little bit because they decide to add in an additional plot line, which I think would have fit better in the second movie as the beginning. But that's a really minor quibble because it only extended a great movie even longer. Once again, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, 4 stars out of 4. And those are my thoughts on The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'm Movie Kid Mike, making sure your time is worth your money.